let's flip a coin. Head Carolina, tails California.
Hello, it's Andy Graham with the Ask Andy Show. It's very cold here today in Vilcabamba. We got the temporada de viento or something like that. It's like the season of wind, so I'm wearing a sweatshirt. It's very cold. Ask Andy Show. I've traveled to 90 countries, traveled non-stop for 16 plus years. I answered questions about the world we live in. Okay, I'm not sure who this is. This is either Larry S. or Barry M. Truthfully, I don't like it when you guys do this. It just makes me not trust you. Okay? Okay, hi Andy. I am new to your channel. I'm not sure if you covered this question. Cell phones from the U.S. do not work overseas. I have been to the Philippines and Colombia, and as soon as I landed, I could not make any calls. I assume your phone works to make calls. Can you explain? Okay. I consider the idea of taking a United States phone and using it overseas as one of the most financially dangerous things you can do. Okay, I have a pilot friend of mine that literally would take his battery out of his phone before he left the United States because just the call forwarding, it instantly figures out where you're at, and the voicemail messages were costing him a fortune. You really, this is an incredibly dangerous thing for an American to do, and trust me, I'm in Vilcabamba right now, and there's Americans all over the place just using their phones and probably running up bills they don't know. And the fine print is galore. Okay, I buy a SIM card. It's a little card that goes in the phone, that goes in everything. I have, right now I have two phones, but this is my quad band. Quad band means it can go anywhere on the planet. There's like 4 different band systems, so you need a quad band phone if you really want to go anywhere, and then you need it unlocked, meaning that Verizon is not your system you're using, okay? Or AT&T. Basically, you just buy these phones. It's unlocked and quad band, and then if it says those two things, I don't know if I can open it, but I got a SIM card inside that you replace. I realize now that a lot of Americans never seen a SIM card. It seems like such a normal thing to me that I don't think about it. Okay, yeah, I'll pull it out. Here's a SIM card. Okay, so I get a new SIM card in every country I go to. They cost about $5 or $3 or something like that. Sometimes you have to give them your passport or a copy of your passport or something so that they can register. In Ecuador here, they're using it kind of like your Social Security number. But I changed it. I actually have a 2-SIM phone. Okay, it actually has 2 SIMs in there, so I could have 2 different cell phone system. But right now, as it stands, you can leave the United States, and about any country you go to, you can buy a phone, a brand new phone, for $10 or $20. Get a cell phone for less than $25. You got a phone that you can use locally. That doesn't mean you're going to receive American calls. Now, how do I receive American calls? Well, what I got is they got what they call, I think I call a Skype out number, and I'm a member of Skype. I joined Skype.com. And then I pay, I think, I have $10 a month, and they have a number that is a USA number. It's actually a local call from my mother. Okay, it's kind of funny. It's an Indiana phone call, and a person in America calls this, and then this forwards to my computer in here. And if I want, I can have that forward to my cell phone. Now, this don't work because Americans hang up after 3 calls. Okay, so by the time it would reach my cell phone here, it's already rang like 12 or 13 times, and the American has hung up. So that doesn't work. But when I'm in my room, like I received 2 phone calls. This woman working for me, an Amish woman working for me in the United States, called me. And I talked to her at 6:30 in the morning, and we talked for about an hour. Then my mother actually called because she's going to go see my brother. So I have a USA phone number, and it rings anywhere in the planet. Now you can actually get, you can get these same numbers in different places like England and places like that. You can get them all. The number can be from a lot of different countries. Now the advantage here is that it only costs them. They're like calling in the United States for free, and it costs me 2 cents a minute if they're calling from the USA. So I can get a phone call, and it's very cheap. I can call the United States with Skype, and it's 2 cents a minute. They also have Magic Jack that kind of does the same thing, but it's a little more complicated. Skype is more your standard, and it works really good. Whatever you do, though, I really highly recommend you leave your American cell phone at home. And if you're going to think that, if you believe all the stuff that these cell phone companies think, basically realize you're trusting a corporation. Don't trust these corporations they have these ways. It's like the plane tickets anymore. You buy a plane ticket and you don't know where the extra costs are, because they might make you pay for the meal. I think Ryanair is making you pay to use the toilet now. Okay, so the small print on cell phones is way beyond the average person's need to learn. So get rid of your American phone, and if you're leaving, if you really want to travel, you need an unlocked phone, and you need a cell phone system in the United States. But the idea of using an American or AT&T cell phone out there's stories. It literally, I was testing a Verizon phone, and they actually got an $89,000 bill for me using their phone because they were so stupid they couldn't even tell me that they didn't understand their system. They got an $89,000. I was previewing their Verizon phone, and they had me on a $69 unlimited internet access anywhere on the planet. Well, suddenly they changed to 2 cents a kilobyte, and they didn't tell me, and they got this $89,000 bill. Trust me, they don't even know what they're doing. And you know, really, if you really want to figure out how to use a phone outside the United States, you got to find some business guy that travels overseas on a weekly basis that understands everything, and he has to be paying his own phone bill and not the cell phone, not the business. So he's got to personally be paying the bill every month. If it's picked up by his corporate account, they just don't care, right? You got to get a person with personally attached. I'm personally attached to this, so I know. But the simple way to do it is just leave your phone at home and buy a phone when you get into the country, and then get a Skype account and let somebody call that. And answer it you can actually answer it with your computer. One of the big mistakes I see people are doing is they're thinking that these cell phones and all these internet and stuff works outside the country, and they're carrying smartphones that basically become worthless. It's just rampant here in Vilcabamba, where I'm at right now. People, they have cell phones and they can't figure out how to get a SIM card. They can't figure out how to pay for time. They can't figure out how to do anything. And guess what? You know, they're trying to walk in with a cell phone that the locals don't know at all. But if they had a local cell phone, they could do it. If there's any way to take your SIM card out before leaving the United States, you can probably use it for internet. But having a SIM card inside your phone while you're using it is incredibly dangerous to your bill phone. There's hundreds of people that had $10,000, $5,000 bills when you get it. And what can you say? The fine print says they have to pay. And most people won't admit this happens to them because they feel so stupid that they did it. So it's one of them lost things. People don't tell you when they lose in stocks. They don't tell you when they make a stupid international cell phone situation. But just don't leave the country with your cell phone. Buy one here, get a local SIM, and then you can call locally. If you need to call America so often, get a Skype account and you can call United States.